Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Test. This time we're looking at the gameplay demo of a game called Between Horizons. This one is something, this is a game I have had my eyes on for quite some time. It's one of those really good looking point and click adventure games. I know good ones are really few and far between these days, there aren't that many anymore, but I like this time of game and I noticed this one and I thought the art style looked really amazing. It's this 2.5D kind of setup where you have pixel art style but somewhat 3D rendered backgrounds. Anyhow, before I start waffling again, let's just have a look and see what the demo has to offer. Select save game, new game. We hope you enjoyed the pre-release demo of Between Horizons. Before you dive in, please note that the game will be polished and improved before release. It is possible that the demo save files will not transfer to the full game as a result of these future changes. If you like what you see, please wishlist the game and follow us. Hold E or left mouse click to close. Your progress is frequently autosaved, indicated by a small icon in the top right corner of the screen. All progress since the previous save point will be lost when you quit. You can neither manually save nor load a previous save point. There is no going back. I like that. You can find many options in the game settings to customize your experience. For example, you can turn off the time limit for dialogue choices and disable tutorials if desired. That's fine.
I must have been 8 or 9 years old when I first realized that I would never witness the Zephyr's arrival. As a small child, I often imagined myself stepping foot on Eurus D, leaving the ship for the first time in my life. I didn't understand at the time that this was a privilege reserved for my grandchildren. I still remember the conversation I had with my father. He was uncomfortable about the whole thing, and I get it. People don't like talking about their children's mortality. Still, he made me feel better. He reminded me of the importance of our mission for the survival of mankind. We're the only egg in the second basket, he said, or something like that. The basket being Eurus D, a habitable planet just 4 light years away from Earth. And the egg, that's the roughly 1,300 people aboard the Zephyr. Everyone I'll ever know.
Advancing dialogues. Press E to advance the dialogue. Hold R to skip. Press E or left mouse button to continue. When prompted to pick one of multiple answers, use A or D and confirm your selection using E. Repeat tutorial. No, I think that's fine. And we already have the first character. Okay, so that would be good to do it one after the other. If there's still dialogue option, not immediately start with conversations, because then it feels like there's too much happening all at once. Stella? No. Did you go to bed already? Maybe, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Well, in that case, do you have a few minutes? There's something I'd like to show you. What is it? You'll see. It's a surprise. Okay. I'll be right out. Great. I'll be in my bunk upstairs. But, sorry, there was too much happening all at once. Case updated, yada yada yada. As you make progress, journal entries are added to your PDA. Open it by pressing Tab. Some tutorials briefly take over the controls in order to demonstrate something. Announcements. Oh, wow. Okay. This is really something that bugs me in a lot of games. If there's just too much happening and I feel like I'm being rushed through something rather than, you know, pacing, like good pacing. So hopefully that is something that they can address. Your personal digital assistant offers a variety of crucial tools to aid you in your investigations. Switch between tabs by pressing R and Q. See, and now that text that I just wanted to look at is gone. Your progress and objectives are documented here, organized by the cases you're working on. Entries that don't relate to a specific case are listed in the general category. Alright, so every progress is documented here, and then you have general categories and you have specific case categories. Got it. Press Escape to go back to a previous interface or Tab to close your PDA immediately. Repeat tutorial? No. Okay. So first of all, the visuals are amazing. So you have this gorgeous pixel art style, and as I mentioned before, you have those 3D rendered backgrounds. What's this? How can we interact? I'm guessing E? Or just clicking on it? F? No. Huh. A and D is for walking, and I'm pressing E, but I can't do anything with it. Maybe we haven't just learned it, but let's have a look into the PDA first, one thing at a time. So our name is Stella, we're part of the security on the crew of the Zephyr from the intro. So it looks like we are on a spaceship with a total of about 300 other human beings on our way somewhere. We have been made aware of missing data across a large number of affected PDAs and are working on a solution to recover everything fully. Please do not submit any further reports at this time. Thank you for your patience. Okay, that's my dashboard. Cases. All my notes that don't relate to a specific ongoing case. Looks like all our PDAs have been wiped. I really hope they have some sort of backup. My dad is waiting for me in his bunk upstairs. Oh, that was her father. Okay. And then with R and Q, I can circle. Okay. So evidence we can't use yet. Messages we can't use it, so we can go to the map. My bunk. The bunk assigned to the assistant chief. Oh, that's where we are. Chief's bunk. The bunk assigned to the Zephyr's chief of security. I grew up here with my dad before I got my own bunk. Also, that's our father's space then, yeah. And this is, all of this is still locked. Okay, that's fine. And that's it, and the dashboard just has the announcements. Okay, let's close it then. No, sorry. Left mouse, right mouse button doesn't do anything. E doesn't do anything. F doesn't do anything. So let's just... Oh. I know you're sick, but I have to go out for a bit, okay? I'll be back very soon. New evidence, Chi-Chi. Oh my goodness. I'm guessing it's some form of cat, but E. Oh, it changes the background. Interesting. Okay. Oh, nice. Loading screen looks nice. I'm very much digging the art style. It looks gorgeous. Okay, so here we are. Consult your map whenever you are trying to find a place on the ship. You can open it directly by pressing M. And it's straight. Again, this is something, I know what they're trying to do. It's to be helpful, but if you're telling me, okay, press M to get there, let me do it. Stella's portrait marks your current location. Use WASD to switch between selected locations. Each location has a unique icon that is revealed once it has been discovered. Again, this comes up without me even pressing a button. Right now, you only have access to a small part of the ship that is relevant to your current tasks. As new cases open up, so will new areas. The Zephyr is a ring spaceship, as illustrated on the left side. This means that if you move in one direction long enough, you will end up in the same place again. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Repeat tutorial? No. Again, but now you're throwing me out. So pressing M, then if I press D... Okay, that's a bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. A makes sense because I can still see the screen. But if I'm pressing D from here on, it takes me to a completely different area. And again, and again. If I keep on pressing D, we should be coming back to our place, right? Yeah, and here we are. Okay. Can we talk to people? No, doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we're on floor 3, and there are some icons. Can we run? Yes, we can. Pressing Shift allows us to run. So if I now press... Oh. That's a little bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. So... if I press M now, it still shows me. But looks like we need to go up and then to the left, right? Okay. Up. guess this is just something that you just have to get used to a little bit. So I'm guessing it's this one. What is it that you want to show me? Our messages from Earth for the Arrival Day celebrations came in earlier. Already? Arrival Day is weeks away. Yeah, they always send the messages in advance, to be sure we have them in time. Earth has a surprise for us this year. What surprise? Tell me already. Everyone got a private message from their relatives. We got our own personal message from Mom, Stella. Can you believe it? Navigator Joseph already relayed it to me. Do you want to see it? Yes, of course. Okay, here we go. So, this part is only for my family, right? Okay, hi. Oh my god, I haven't prepared anything. They only just told me I could say something to you guys in private. How are you out there? I hope things are going better than they are on Earth. We've been having rolling blackouts again. I was so worried they'd get in the way of this recording. Anyway, I wanted to say that we recently received the video you sent last year. Stella, I had never seen you in that uniform before. Wow! And William, you look like you haven't aged a day. Still the handsome young man I met 40 years ago. Remember that night? We were on a ship of all places. What was it called? Something Sparrow. Oh, I'm mixing it up now. I'm so proud of both of you. This mission is such an incredible, enormous thing you're doing. Everyone on Earth is rooting for you. It's been so many years since you left, and it still doesn't feel real. I really hope these messages get to you. I worry about it every year. I don't know how they do it. It's all magic to me. You'll see more of me in the public video, unless you watched that already. Happy Arrival Day. You say that, right? Love you both. That was it. Seems like they weren't given too much time to record these. I'm just glad she had the opportunity at all. Is this going to be part of the yearly update from now on? I don't know. Maybe there's something about it in the other files. They just came in an hour ago. Don't tell anyone about it yet, okay? Sure. You know me. Not much of a talker anyway. I know. If you'll excuse me, I have to go talk to the captain. At this time of day? This can't wait. Sorry, I'll explain later. What the... Okay. Okay, great. So, we left Earth on a specific mission, okay? I'm getting a call. What's going on tonight? Sergeant Alderic? Assistant Chief Stella. Are you with your father? He just left. Wants to talk to the captain. Then maybe you can step in. Could you come talk to me at the security office? Sure, I'll be there in a minute. Are you all suited up? I am. Why? You might have to look into something. I'll explain when you're here. It seems like you may need to brush up on your suit's scanning ability, triggered by pressing space. Okay. Objects you can investigate are highlighted in blue for a short period of time. Collect them by walking in range and pressing E before they stop glowing. Okay. Again. Okay. Collecting evidence. Once a clue has been collected, an entry about it is created in your PDA's Evidence tab. New and updated clues are marked with a special icon. Try finding more by hitting spacebar. Repeat tutorial? No, I think it's fine. So spacebar, and there's the picture. E. Portrait of Brilliant, and we already have the bonsai. And there wasn't anything else, if I saw that correctly, right? No. Alright, now let's check out those evidence pieces. What do we have? Oh, we have a number of things already. Let's go through them one by one. Portrait of Bill and Liz. Portrait of my parents. Mom wanted to join the mission as well, but she had to stay on Earth because it turned out she suffers from a cardiovascular condition, making it impossible for her to survive in space. Origin Chief's bunk. Okay. Oh, so it even tells you where you found it. That's quite good. I'm not sure if it's going to be useful, but still good. Bonsai. My dad's bonsai tree. It's been in my dad's bunk ever since I can remember. He always liked to brag about it being the only one on the ship. Apparently, people around him gave it a month to live when he brought it on board. Miraculously, even though it hasn't grown much since, it's still here, 33 years later. Unfortunately, it seems like it finally started wilting slowly a few months ago. Jeez, bunk. 33 years later. How old was our character when we got on board of this ship? What else do we have here? Security office. The office I share with my two sergeants, Adalric and Paul. Don't know if I pronounced this proper, but my bunk? The bunk assigned to the assistant chief. So we are the assistant chief, okay. The bunk assigned to the surface chief of security. I grew up here with my dad before I got normal, so my dad is the assistant chief, okay, it's the real chief. My dad, age 59, chief's bunk, chief of security. Alright. Chi-Chi is one of a few dozen personal pets on the Zephyr. Like all pets, she was bred on the farm floor. I got her 4 years ago, and she's been living with me ever since. I sometimes take her to the park downstairs on a leash, but she seems to prefer sleeping in my bunk all day. Age 4, my bunk, and she's a pet, okay. My mum, she lives back on Earth. I only know her through rare video messages. 58, geologist. And Adalric, one of my two advisors and a close confidant of my father. He knows a lot about the Zephyr and its population. 63. Okay, he's a sergeant. Alright, nothing just yet. My dad is waiting for me in his bunk, and now we need to go to the security office. Okay, I see how that works. Let's look at the map. And that's there. So we have to go down the stairs, one more, and then all the way to the right. If I'm interpreting this map correctly. Let's give it a go. Okay, one down, another one down, and then to the right. Remember to hold shift while moving to sprint. That's what I just did, thank you. Ah, that looks so amazing. I love this. Okay, this should be it. Conversations. Pressing E nearby a person will start a conversation with them if they have something to say to you. If they don't, the speech bubble symbol above their head will be missing or grayed out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, they both can talk to me. Let's just start with this guy. Good evening, sergeants. Assistant Chief. Hey, Stale. Paul. Address her properly. Come on, Dad. We should stick to protocol. He can call me Stella. Yeah, he can call me Stella. It's alright, Adaric. I don't need to hear my own title all the time. As you wish. But I would like to point out that your father places great importance on procedure. Anyway, let's talk about the reason I called you. A door in the network area triggered a security alert. We've had some false reports due to defective sensors lately, so it might be nothing. However, I tried to check in with programmer Aaron, who works down there, and he isn't answering his PDA. It's possible that he is wearing noise protection, but we should make sure everything is alright. Could you take the elevator down to the inner hull and have a look? Of course. Should I ask an enforcer to come along? I don't think that's necessary. Programmer Aaron should be in the network office. Alright, I'll make sure he's okay and report back. Oh, interesting. I thought being the assistant chief, those two are reporting into me. A bit odd that he's giving me a task, but I guess it's fine. Can we talk to him? No. Anything else here? Oh, what was it? Space. Nothing that's highlighted blue. Just those two people. No. Okay. So he's asked us to take the elevator and go down there. What's this then? Let's check the map. Oh, there's a question mark. Let's have a quick look. New evidence. Locker room. Evidence. Locker room. The place where we, the security force, keep their armor and weapons. Okay. Inner hull. The office where the engineer and the program responsible for the network area work. And then we have Paul. One of my 2 sergeants. He's 28. Okay. Assistant sergeant's bunk. Alright. Odo. So yes, we're technically general population, but I see myself more as crew. Not like it matters. We have universal access, guns and armor, all forbidden to population. So, we're not allowed to handle chemicals in the lab. Neither is the captain for that matter. We all have a role to play. That's not the same. And I think it matters whether we see ourselves as crew or population. Well, my bunk is in the residential area. Where's yours? And how do your neighbors look at you lately? Assistant Chief Stella, do you need anything? No, honestly, it just took a wrong turn. I'm headed to the inner hull. A door in the network area set off an alarm. Good. We were about to head out anyway. Let's get back to work. Assistant Chief? Okay. Seems like I interrupted a bit of a conversation here. And looks like there's a little bit of a divide going on between the population of the Zephyrus. Maybe an early indicator for some brewing conflict. Oh, which level was it? Can I tap from here? No, that's cancel. Sorry, I just need to quickly have a look. Isn't data? Yeah. Cases. Inner hull A. Take the elevator and make sure everything is right. Inner hull A. Well, I have no idea which one is. Oh, inner hull A seems like to be level 1, right? If we're level 2, level 0, level 1. Let's check the map. Yeah, looks like network office, so we need to go to the left. Oh, I like even the lighting. Oh, she's walking on her own. What the? What happened to the door? The lighting, oh, that is so amazing, even when we turn. Nice. New evidence. Network's access point. New evidence. Network access point. A room dedicated to accessing and monitoring the ship's various networks. Authorized access only. Inner hull A. Let's have a look. Alright. Where's that engineer? Oh, there's a lot of access with access denied already on the screens. Okay, no one here so far. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Programmer Aaron! Aaron, are you right? Oh, fuck. Aaron, what's wrong? What happened? My head hurts so bad. It's bruised in the back. Can you move? It is? Ouch. What happened? I think someone was here. Someone was here? What do you mean? I went to the cafeteria for my evening break, but I returned a little earlier than usual. I've been working on a new data routing algorithm today, and I had an idea I didn't want to forget. When I came back, the door to the network area was broken. I wanted to check if everything was alright in my office, and when I came in here, there was someone standing next to my desk. What? Who? I don't know. I think a man? He was wearing a disguise. I turned to run back out, but he jumped me. He hit my head with something. That's all I remember. Shit. Give me a second. I'll get help. Dad? Something happened down here. Aaron was attacked. Attacked? How is he doing? He seems okay, but his head is bruised. I'll send a medical team. Who attacked him? I don't know. He said the person was disguised. Seems like they broke into the network area. The door at the entrance has been cracked open. I'll inform Sergeant Alderuk and join you as soon as I can. Do you have your weapon on you? Yeah, I do. Good. I'll be there in a few minutes, okay? In the meantime, you should have a look around and talk to Programmer Aaron. Maybe you can find out what the intruder wanted in the network area. Okay. Watch your back. I'll be there soon. Alright, and the story starts to begin. In earnest. Let's hit our space button. Okay, that's Aaron. Oh, there's something there on the floor. This device on the floor looks out of place. Maybe Programmer Aaron can tell me more about it. I should show it to him. You just found an interesting clue. Progress in your case will often be made by showing the right evidence to the right people. Regardless of whether or not a person has something to tell you, it is always possible to show them a clue you collected. To do so, press F and choose what you'd like to talk about. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. No. Okay, if I hit F, let's talk to him normally. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Let me think. What did the intruder want? What do I find in this area? What did the intruder... Do you have any idea what the intruder was doing here? I haven't had much time to think about it yet. But since we're in the network area, I'll wager a guess and say it was something network related. I can take a look around and see if I notice anything unusual. No, you should take it easy until the medical team is here. I'll investigate the rooms and let you know if I find anything. Thank you. Let me think. What do I find in this area? What exactly do I find in this area? The various ship networks can be monitored from here. You can access them via the terminals next door, but only if you have access rights or my special tool. I see. Let me think. That's all. That's all for now. Let's try the evidence then. This... what? Flash drive? Do you know what this is? Of course. That's one of my tools. Where did you find this? Next to the door to the network access point. I definitely didn't put it there. Do you think that the tool could have been used by the intruder? I'm sure. You need it to access and manipulate the data on the terminals in the network access point. So, that is probably what they wanted in here. Is there a way to find out what they did exactly? Would be a good start if we knew which network they manipulated. I'll grant you access to the terminals. Thank you. What can I see on those screens? Each terminal shows a visualization of data that was sent through the respective network over the past 24 hours. I created the visualization a while back to make it readable for non-technical users. The left side is data being sent, and the right side is data being received. If a network was manipulated, there should be some irregularity on one of the terminals. I'll have a look. Thank you. Your first case. Progress is tracked in your PDA. The solution to a case is always a piece of evidence. You can assign it from the selection here. Once a solution has been assigned, a submit button will appear. After hitting that button, you can no longer change the solution, and the case is closed. You alone decide at which point to submit the solution. However, be careful if you aren't confident in your conclusions just yet. There is no going back. Oh, I like this. So you can get things wrong. Interesting. I really like this. Okay, so we can't use this. Let's look through that room on the right hand side first. Oh, that takes us out again. No, I don't want to leave. Oh, now it's all green. Oh. Oh, we can use any of those. Taking a look around an environment you visited earlier is often worth it if you have a suspicion that something changed in the meantime. For example, you may find objects that were altered in some way, weren't there before, or weren't considered relevant yet. When you collect a clue again after it was changed, the title, description and image of its PDA entry may be updated. Nice, that's actually quite clever. I like this. Let's have a quick look at our evidence. What do we have? PDA network terminal. A terminal monitoring the transfer of data through one of the ship's various networks. Only the workers in the network area are cleared to access this terminal. Programmer Aaron granted me temporary access. He said that the screen shows a visualization of data being transmitted through the network of the past 24 hours. The amount of data sent on the left side should be the same as the amount of data received on the right side. Which, let's take a quick gander, it probably isn't. Electronic device used in the network area. Someone dropped it on the floor in the network office. And we had this one already, I think. A programmer who works in the network area in the inner hull. Also 28. How old are those two? 39? One of the numerous enforcers available to myself and sergeants to do the dirty work. Okay. One of the numerous same text and 44. Okay. Interesting. That's actually quite nice, I was wondering earlier, but whenever you have that little plus, you know that there's something new, which I quite like. Okay, and now we have two. We have our general tab, and we have the intruder. The person who broke into the network area in the inner hull probably tried to manipulate one of the ship's networks via the terminals on the network point. Once I know which terminal was targeted, I need to submit the solution through my PDA. I should take a look at the terminals in the network access point. The visualization on each screen shows data transfer. Yeah, we had that already. Okay. So let's take a look then at those terminals. Oh, I'm hitting E, but already in PDA. Recycling. Oh, network terminal recycling. Intranet. Food network. Medical data. Okay. Is that now also under evidence? Or oh, it is. Okay. Medical data. Oh. Oh, so those icons I need to pay attention to then, yeah? Terminal monitoring the transfer of data through one of the ship's various networks. Only the works in the network are cleared to access. So this clearly is different to this. Food network. This is also very different. This is also different, the intranet. The recycling terminal, yep, different. And PDA network terminal is also different. Huh. Interesting. We should probably talk to Aaron again and tell us that it looks like, if I'm understanding this correct, that all of the areas have been targeted, right? Let's talk to him once more. F. So, what exactly do I see on those terminals? A visualization of data that was sent and received on each network in the past 24 hours. The amount of sent data on the left should always be equal to the received amount on the right. The terminals are intended for monitoring only, but it is theoretically possible to add or remove data. If a manipulation like that took place, the amount of data on the left and right won't match up anymore. How about the specific one? Do you see anything off with it? There might be. I have to study it closely. No, you should take it easy. I can expect it myself. Okay, so looks like we have to do something here now. I'm not quite sure what I need to do with this. Do I press E? No. So we have 2 bars, 4 bars, 1 cube, 1 cube, 1 cube, 2 bars. It's different. But again, they're all different. Okay, so do I need to do anything here? According to Aaron, if the amount of data that was sent on the left and the amount of data that was received don't match up, it means that the network was manipulated. Which terminal did the intruder manipulate? I mean, how do I read this? Is 1 square equal to 4, or... Although it doesn't really matter, right? Or maybe a square is 5? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. So this would be 4, and then 6. And then maybe you need to add it. So 4... Let's just say this is 6. Let's just say this is 5. So this one is 6. Here we have... Oh, let's count them. 4, and 6, and 2. Right? So that's 12. And then we have 6, and 5, and 3. So that's different. Here we have 4, and 5, and 2. That's 11. So that's 10, 11. That's also different. I really don't get this. Because they're all different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. there... If I right-click anything, can I do anything else here? So none of them is equal. Or do I just count cubes and then lines? But that also would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one would be equal. You have 7 lines and 1 cube each. This not, because you have 1 cube, 2 cubes. This one not, 2 cubes, 1 cube. 2 cubes, no cube. 2 cubes, 1 cube. I'm just gonna go with this one. Are you sure you want to submit this case? No. Which terminal did the intruder manipulate? Network tool. Which terminal? Food network, medical data, PDA, recycling. Intranet. Food network, PDA. Submit. Let's just do it. Stella, everything alright? Programmer Aaron, how do you feel? I feel alright, Chief, but I'll get myself checked out to be sure. I found out what the intruder was up to. He manipulated one of the ship's networks. Good job. I think I even know which one. Could you have a look, Programmer Aaron? Of course, let me see. Yes, you're right. Looks like some malware was injected into the PDA network. You agree? Good. I mean, not good. Excellent work, Stella. Listen, I actually came out here to tell you something else. I've been thinking about what the intruder's plan was exactly. These terminals in the access point only contain very recent information flowing from each network to our central servers. If the guy was after recent data, he could have accessed it right there using my tool, but he injected malware instead. The terminals are connected to the big servers down the hall for regular backups. Maybe his plan was to exploit this connection? For what purpose? I can only assume to override access rights, so he can extract historical data from there. Would he have to physically go there to do that? Correct. Stella, follow me. Now.
I should probably be nervous about the intruder still sneaking around down here. But for now, I'm just relieved I figured out the right network. I don't even know why this kind of thing means so much to me.
Alright. Nice. Oh. Hey, stop! Stella, let's go. Enough! One more step and I'll shoot. Lie down, flat on the ground. Now! Oh shit. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. What happened? The door is crushing me. What can I do? Why is it closing? They're sealing up. There must be a breach. Where's the override? I don't think there is one. Fuck! What should I do? What should I do? Stella, listen to me. Sparrow was our code word. What? What are you talking about? Liz tried to say something's wrong. Where's the override, Dad? Dad! Dad! and his body will be returned to the ship. He will stay with us until all of our journey ends. On a more personal note, I want to say that William was not only the best chief of security I could have ever wished for, but also a dear friend. I did not expect him to go before me, and I was not prepared for it. I don't think I could have been. I would also like to take this opportunity to put any rumors to rest. William's death was a deeply unfortunate combination of circumstances. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A cargo box came loose due to a malfunction and pierced a hole in the floor of the inner hull. Air began to stream out into the vacuum of the outer hull. The resulting loss of air pressure caused the emergency doors to shut. Thanks to the swift intervention of our brave mechanics, the breach could be contained shortly thereafter. However,
I keep staring at the notes for my speech, even though I'm not reading a word of it. We agreed to frame my father's death as an unfortunate accident, to keep the intruder a secret in the name of public peace and safety. It's our highest imperative. If there is a person between the ship's population and their safety, they will get crushed by design. There is no security override to save the individual. In a way, this concept makes sense to me. It has to. After all, I'm the chief of security now. I heard this quote from Earth once. It went something like, "There are decades when nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happen." For better or for worse, I was prepared for decades of nothing. But a lifetime of training could not have prepared me for the weeks to come. I never imagined it could all unravel so fast.
Awesome. Demo complete. Thank you very much for playing. You've reached the point where the ship starts to open itself up for more non-linear investigations. Unfortunately, that kind of open-ended gameplay is very hard to include in the demo. If you enjoyed Between Horizons so far, please go and add it to your wishlist. It would mean a lot to us, and we can't wait to share the full game with you. Digital Interactive and Assemble Entertainment. Amazing, that brings us to the end of the demo. I am absolutely in awe. I think this looks spectacular. I think it's so great. Great narrative. The bits where there's voiceover is superb. I mean, I am absolutely loving this. And again, reminiscent of some of the old point-and-click adventure games. So it's already on my wish list. I will keep an eye out. I think it's slated for a release in Q1 of 2024. There isn't really an official date for this yet, but it is cited that there is a semi-open world, and I think we've seen already from the map there's probably loads to explore and loads to do. I'll probably decide at a later point to see if I'm gonna make a full Let's Play series out of this, but I will 100% try out this game. If you wanna have a quick dabble with the demo, head over to Steam. It's available for free at the moment, and you can obviously try it out. But if you are a fan of those classic point-and-click adventure games, and you like this relatively new design that they're coming in, I mean, I think this one is definitely one to keep an eye out for. Anyhow, I will stop waffling now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope that I will be able to see you again on the next one. Until then, please look after yourself and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.